Did you see the actual video, like becoming Brigitte, or
I didn't
what
see
was
it.
it called? Becoming,
I think it is
Yeah, there's a
becoming.
series, right?
yeah, like the investigative series she did. I didn't see
Yeah.
it, so I don't know too much about
Well,
that.
it's not done yet, right? There's
Oh, it's like a
probably a
part
new
series?
episode today. Yeah, like she's coming out with multiple. She's fucking linking everything together, bro. She's not missing any
She's
details.
hitting all
She
the
started from
beats.
the beginning, and then she's calling out everybody that's involved, you
They
know?
fucked with the wrong person right there, bro.
All right, so the last time we talked about this, we covered a few things already. So the first one was the French President Emmanuel Macron and his first man, Brigitte Macron, lying to the people about themselves and their intentions. The second main thing is they lied about their age gap when they first met, which was when the president was only 14 years old and Brigitte was a 39-year-old teacher. Pretty fucked. And
Wait,
then,
at that time, it was a man, or she was already transitioned.
yeah, I guess, yeah, she was already
Yet to be
transitioned
discovered.
technically. Pretty
So
much.
okay, okay.
Yeah, and then the last thing we touched on is how and she proved that how any journalist that spoke out about this was threatened and attacked socially, legally, all of it. With even one journalist who drowned mysteriously right before she could publish her findings. And since then, since she started talking about that again, she's been threatened once legally already, and now that she's coming out with more details, she received another legal threat.
This is Candace now.
Yeah, we're talking about Candace. And so let's just start with her response to the first letter, and then we'll get into the new stuff.
Legally speaking, it was an implausibly stupid move what they did, okay? While refusing to just plainly state that Brigitte Macron, the current First Lady of France, was indeed born a woman, they used all sorts of tricky language to suggest that they could sue me for defamation over minor errors that I made in my reporting. Okay, essentially, they were not addressing the substance of the claim. Brigitte Macron was born a biological male, but instead attacking things like, you said in an earlier report that a picture from Brigitte's communion was recolorized. This is false. This reporting has caused Brigitte to have mental anguish. Okay. But as I said, their lawyers made a critical mistake because in order to prove defamation, you have to prove that somebody acted in reckless disregard for the truth, that they knew the truth and they made a decision not to publicize it. Instead, they wanted to just publicize lies, which is something that if you guys watch this show, you know that I do not do. I do not engage in it. Quite the opposite. So by sending me a legal letter, they unintentionally provided me with a direct line, a direct link to ask Brigitte Macron, and Emmanuel Macron pointed questions. They can't pretend they didn't see our questions, okay? The majority of the questions that we asked them were simply yes or no. Those were the answers that we needed, with the promise that we gave them that if she answered the questions, we would fully report on the facts. So I want to show you some of these very simple 21 questions that we asked Brigitte Macron so that we could use our platform to put an end to her mental anguish, okay? We asked, is the little girl pictured in the communion photograph, allegedly from 1963, the Brigitte Macron that is currently married to President Macron? Did Brigitte Macron ever use the name Veronique? Can you account for all of the children from the Amiens family photograph and their current whereabouts? Did Brigitte Macron physically give birth to 3 children? These are easy questions, guys. Is Brigitte Macron the same person pictured in the Ozier wedding photograph? Did Brigitte Macron ever have a relationship with Veronique Drew? Would you please provide photographs of Brigitte Macron in the 1970s? Would you please provide school photographs of Jean-Michel Trogneau, a person they purport is her brother, and Brigitte Trogneau, preferably together? When did Brigitte Macron first meet President Macron, and under what circumstances? What were their respective ages when they met? Did the Macrons have an intimate physical relationship before President Macron turned 18? And if so, at what age did the relationship begin? Have your clients attempted to correct the French version of Wikipedia, which states that regarding Brigitte Macron, Quote, the age difference of more than 24 years between the two lovers causes a scandal in the Trogneau
no
family,
way.
especially since their relationship
I just
could
read
fall
it. I
under the
read ahead,
scope of
sorry.
Article 22727 of the Penal Code, which establishes the offense of sexual assault on a minor. Have your client initiated legal action against the International Pedophile and Child Emancipation Lobby, which cites Macron's relationship in its publication, Positive Memories, on a list of, quote, positive, loving relationships with children. Like I said,
That's it, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
So
mean, you
basically,
pretty much get
they can get him to face sexual assault charges.
Yeah, they could do that. And you can see how the Macrons were
That is intense.
getting other journalists, right? So the Macrons would find like a problem with a specific, like, let's just say they have a bunch of claims. They'll find a specific part of one of those claims that might be a lie, and then they'll sue them for defamation, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
then they'll
have
come
one
out in the
question.
media. Yeah, go ahead.
So, the way that she said they had filed like her for defamation, and
Yeah.
it was like it's a lawsuit, right? And now she's countering it with which part of the lawsuit is defamation. Do they now have to answer those questions?
Well,
Legally?
no, they didn't actually put her in a lawsuit, right? They didn't actually sue her. They just sent her a letter saying we can sue you for these things. So they're trying to scare her because if like you just noted, if they do sue her, right, then she is going to bring up these questions and then they are going to have to answer.
He's
You know
playing
what I'm
chess.
saying?
Come on.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
this is like they're scared. They can't really sue her because, it could just get worse for them. So it's like it's a legal threat, right?
Yeah.
And that's just the first one. So there's another one too. But before we get to the other one and her response there's a couple extra stuff that we didn't cover last time that Candace touched upon here. So here's some extra info on the Macron couple that some people might not know. You could pull up the next clip, and it just show this one. She's touching on how they were the ones specifically that pushed the mockery of the Christian Last Supper in the Olympic Games.
Remind you guys of the infamous Summer Olympics of 2024. Yeah, just last year, where the entire world watched as drag queens carried the Olympic torch and performed the opening ceremony.
Yes. I
The
remember
Macrons,
this.
in my view, explicitly lied in their legal letter to me when they said that it was not mimicking the Last Supper. They said it was not satanic. Okay, here it is. Here is a side-by-side.
Oh, yes.
Because as we unpack this series, you are going to see that do not believe your own eyes is a repeat Macron instruction, okay? There's a Last Supper. On the left, Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, and on the right, there are the Paris Olympics. Okay, but even if you really didn't want to believe your own eyes, it would be reasonable to assume that we could at least believe the people who performed in the ceremony, right? The lead performer was a lesbian named Barbara Butch. And following the performance, here's what Barbara Butch posted on Instagram. She wrote, "Oh yes,
The
oh
new
yes,
gay
the
testament."
new gay testament with an LGBTQ flag and a fist bump." And she
Oh my
tagged some other
God.
people in her community. Yeah, that would register to most people as satanic, an inversion of the New Testament. But after the backlash and after the producers of the Olympics had already confessed to Page Six that it was supposed to be Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, they attempted to backtrack and backpedal and officially claim it. Actually, it was a pagan feast that they were mimicking. But what escaped the public at large was the fact that Thomas Jolly.
So we can move on quickly. Basically, it's not only that, right? So it's not only them trying to push LGBTQ, gay stuff. They actually were caught multiple times promoting artwork and putting pieces of artwork in their house from artists that were like known pedophiles. And in this next clip, you have Macron, one of his portraits that he took that they put in schools all over the country with a book right beside him that obviously like he's not promoting it verbally, but it's in the portrait itself. And I mean, I'll just let the clip play for itself. It's some sketchy stuff. So just pull that next one up.
I should mention to you now, by the way, that Emmanuel Macron, who was at first inaugurated in May of 2017, had his presidential portrait done. Okay, that's it. And chose an interesting book to include in the background. A book by an author known as Andre Gide, a self-admitted pederast, okay? Now, a pederast, if you are not familiar with that term, according to Merriam-Webster, is a man who engages in sexual activity with a young boy, okay? If you're wondering, how does that differ from pedophilia? The answer is that pederasts are adult men, specifically, who are into only little boys specifically. So it doesn't include girls. Pedophiles can be into either, as long as they are minors. So Andre Gide was a self-admitted pederast. He was into little boys. Which book did Emmanuel Macron select for his portrait? A book from Andre Gide entitled The Fruits of the Earth in English, okay? In French, it's Les Nourritures
Bro, how did she even
Terrestres.
see that?
Forgive my
Yeah.
terrible pronunciation there.
Show me how you figured that out.
So
Candace.
that's him.
They
That's
they
the
zoomed
book
in
that
for
he
sure.
chose. If you're wondering
Yeah,
what it's about,
obviously,
the
but
book is
bro,
about
like-
how you should flee your family.
I mean, I'm not even
Like-
I'm not even mad at her for zooming in and doing all that, but goddamn.
No, because there's actual portraits, right? So there's like fucking huge portraits.
That
We're
you
talking
can
like
go
in
look.
schools and stuff like that. Like you could actually see it. It's just here we're
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at it
yeah.
from a small screen, right?
That's crazy.
Um,
What
Hold
else
on,
they
there's
do?
still,
What
there's
else
still a
these
minute
people
left.
do?
yeah,
Still
just
a minute
let her continue.
Family, how you should flee rules. Gide's work was autobiographical in content. All right, he was inspiring a younger generation of boys to flee tradition because he did that. He felt that he did that when, as an adult, he went to Algeria, which was then a French
Oh, this
colony,
nigga
to have
looks
sexual
crazy.
experiences with Muslim boys. So in
Nah, he looked like
1994,
Squidward, bro. Hold on. Can we just go? Why does he look like Squidward,
Yo,
bro?
I see it. I see it.
Bro,
This guy.
I'm telling you, bro, anytime you see people wear glasses like circular like that, bro, I feel like there's
It's
a
the-
trend.
nah,
There's
it's
a
the
trend going
nose.
on with people who wear circular glasses, bro.
It's the nose for me, bro. It's the nose
That's
for
that
like
whole
that
that
shit screams
whole face,
pedophile
bro.
right there, or whatever the fuck little
Yeah, that
boy
guy doesn't
attracted
look
shit.
innocent to me.
Nah, the eyes look devious, bro. Look at that.
to have
All right, let it
sexual
run.
experiences with Muslim boys. So in
Muslim boys
1894, when he
specifically?
was 24 or 25, he traveled
Yep.
to North Africa. He met up with Oscar Wilde and Oscar Wilde's homosexual lover, Lord Alfred Davis. These are elites. Just to be clear, we're talking about elites. And then he came back to his country of France, and he felt that he had gone through a sexual awakening. He accepted his homosexuality, and he embraced his proclivities, saying no to the stifling conventions that told him that no, you shouldn't have and be attracted to little boys. Okay. Now, I'm actually familiar with Andre Gide because I was forced to read his book, The Immoralist, at university. And yes, it is about traveling to Algeria, and which
That's pretty much it.
Wow. So I didn't even take that part in at the end of the clip there where
She was forced.
she went to she
We
was
can touch
well,
on
she
a
went to
very
an American
deep. We can touch
university.
on a very deep topic there, and I know you guys have your opinions about schooling and whatnot, and how they indoctrinate you to think a certain way, and you can see that
Oh, yeah.
there is
100%.
there is those aspects, but school mostly encompasses you can learn everything, and you're gonna get the bullshit with the good shit, right?
But what do
Yeah.
you think? And like a fucking like before they promote books, they would just look into people's backgrounds and be like, you know what, like maybe let's put this person's books in the school so people could read them. Like bro, like it's like it gets worse throughout the generations. Like before, they used to put like undercover pedophile books in the universities to
Oh, yeah.
read. Now they just straight up put dicks and pussies on the fucking picture
On the
books,
front page, there you go.
on the front page. It's like what's gonna happen in 10 years? Is there gonna be porno fucking videos now that the kids just go in and fucking watch in their iPads? Like what is going on?
That's a
bro?
hot take, Joe. That's a hot take, but
That's
But it's not
like
far
as
from
far
it,
as they're
bro.
going.
say it again.
It's not
Papa,
far
sorry?
from it.
What are you saying, Adrian?
That's literally like where it's going, though.
Well, yeah, and like it's one thing if they let all books, they let everyone read all books. That's one thing. But then, you have someone like Andrew Tate giving his advice to kids, and then that guy's canceled, and they're telling kids, bro, you can't,
You
fuck
shouldn't
that,
listen
that's
to
not
him.
allowed, that message, you shouldn't listen to him, blah, blah, blah. But then, they don't have a problem with kids reading like pedophile stories.
No, man, it's the propaganda. It's the ability of these media outlets able to push
Yeah.
stuff at the dinner table, and people don't
Yeah.
have any outlets to look at. So they look at that and look at and seeing it as an authority from an authority standpoint, and so
Yeah.
that's all they believe.
So they think it's okay. and
There
stuff.
is no other option for them to believe and think of. So like that's what they go
Yeah.
with.
These school district boards need to be held accountable for shit like that, for allowing these type, like they have to do
Oh,
a
yeah.
like just like how like before you hire someone you do a background check, before you allow a book or certain like educational criterias to be partaken in a school system. They need to do a fucking, a process of elimination. Be like, yeah, this is a good thing for our kids, for the kids to, and like get the parents like consult with the parents. Like, hey, we're planning to put these books out. You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking, it's fucking crazy that they do that shit. And then it's in university making her read a book about, like, that's crazy.
That is.
Yeah. And that's just one example, like the book that we saw in that picture. But they have multiple art pieces that they put, where they're staying in their house in the fucking presidential office with other artists that are more sketchy, if not the same. This is just one example in the next clip. But it's a former member of the European Parliament who publicly defended and celebrated with the Macrons before and after their presidential victory. And not too soon after, he gets caught.
One second.
de Gaulle. So again, this magazine is owned by Olivier Duhamel. He was just doing the press and the propaganda on how amazing Emmanuel Macron was, defending him against any media critics. Olivier Duhamel would also boast openly about his meetings at the Élysée Palace, and it was also reported in Paris Match that he gave Emmanuel Macron advice on how to navigate public scandals, particularly one which involved Macron's deputy chief of staff, a guy named Alexander Benalla, in the summer of 2018. Duhamel was also present at a lunch where Brigitte Macron handpicked Macron's prime minister. Again, we'll get into that. Brigitte Macron handpicking the prime minister. Why was it Brigitte? Which led the public to asking questions about what Brigitte and Duhamel had in common, how they knew each other. So I have to imagine that for Emmanuel Macron, it really came as another oopsie for the couple when in January of 2021, Olivier Duhamel's stepdaughter, a woman named Camille Coucher, published a book and publicly accused him of having sexually abused her twin brother, Antoine Kushner, when he was 13 or 14 years old. Le Monde, again, that's the equivalent to the French New York Times, were the ones who broke the story. Now, according to Camille's book, which was entitled in English, The Big Family, La Familia Grande, the rapes took place at Olivier Duhamel's summer residences, one called Mas de Gonesse d'Or in Sonnery-sur-Mer, forgive me for this terrible French, where apparently generations of the Duhamel clan had entertained basically the cream of the crop of the French intelligentsia, whose morals were now being exposed publicly by her. One of the publications, Le Nouvel Obs, another publication, France, wrote, quote, "In the evenings, kids sometimes have to act out sex scenes in front of their parents." This is what was taking place at Duhamel's residences. They go on to write, "One evening, the teenagers are asked to tell how they lost their virginity. On another, mothers dress their 12-year-old daughters in provocative outfits, smear them with lipstick, and send them off to dance with men that are 30 years older." Paris Match wrote, quote, "Hardly anyone is offended to see Camille, then just a teenager, being asked to simulate an orgasm in front of the adults." Now, regarding this, you're probably wondering, was he brought to justice? Or maybe you're wondering, hey, maybe she's not telling the truth, right? Maybe she just made it all up for attention because this is a powerful guy. Oh, lucky for Olivier Duhamel, the statute of limitations had already expired, so he was never brought to justice. But in mid-April of that same year, it was reported in the French media, and you can fact check this on Wikipedia, that he admitted to it. He admitted that he sexually abused his stepson. I don't know, guys. Just another oopsie in the Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte Macron orbit that keeps coming up. Now, I am giving you...
That's crazy,
That
bro.
is intense.
Yeah. So what I'm showing you is just a little bit, man, but there's a lot more stuff. She's coming out with even more things, right? She's connecting the dots to how they lied, how they, convinced the media, what the media said. I mean, my main question is, like, how come our media over here, you don't hear a peep about this? And even as Candace is coming out, not even like one article. You know, so like their reach, whoever the fuck these, you know, pedophiles are, whoever the fuck this group is, extends like worldwide.
Can I get
Yeah.
controversial?
Yep.
Can I? Can I
Yeah, you
get
can
controversial?
get controversial.
Okay, let me know if you guys, yo, this is at least gonna go a little off of the thing, but have any of you heard what an adrenochrome is?
Are you sure you're
Yeah.
saying that right?
You've heard
Adrenochrome?
adrenochrome, yes.
No.
It's like it's literally from adrenaline. Adrenochrome.
Okay, you're talking about adrenaline, right? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, have you seen Monsters Inc?
Yes. Oh, okay. Yes.
What is the point of Monsters Inc?
They
What do they do?
Scare you and they suck up what your body gives out, right? When they scare you, your adrenaline. Basically.
Yes. But like the point of the monster, like the Monster Inc, is to scare kids.
Yes.
And then they feed off of what they're scared of, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine that actually does happen though.
Who's feeding off of us though? Who's taking our?
Not
shit?
not off of you. You're expired, brother. You're too old for them.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like Epstein.
The little boys.
It's kind of like Epstein's
God.
Island, bro. If you showed up, they'd be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They'd be mad. They'd be like, "Oh, why is this?" Old
send him back.
motherfucker?" Yeah.
Send him back. That shit's
More
expired.
boys.
Okay, so I wanted to link it like that because it's a good way to people to understand it. Adrenochrome is kind of like the Monsters Inc. thing. There is a substance within a child's blood when adrenaline pumps through them, especially when they're scared, that if you extract it at that exact moment, it's one of the things that they say it keeps these actors and these people young.
Oh fuck.
Yes, so do your own research. Adrenochrome. It's a rabbit hole. It's a huge rabbit hole. But Miggy asked a good question, right? He's like, "Well, how come the media is not covering it?"
Okay, but I got one.
Maybe they're all into it.
Joseph.
Yeah,
I got
we're
one
about to
question
get the next video taken down.
Hold
Bro.
on. Yeah, because Joseph's exposing the dark secrets.
No. They won't do it on the full podcast. They won't do it on the full podcast.
You know what,
'cause
Joe?
they have to go through sections. But if we do a little clip, I'm telling you,
Joe,
they'll take
from
it
now
down.
on, you're gonna have to put the words on a piece of paper and just work around it. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, Joe. Let me ask you a question.
I'm gonna say it in Spanish next time.
Let me ask you a question. So, Joseph, this adrenochrome, right? They're harvesting it. They're taking it.
Yes.
But I still have adrenaline in my body. When I get
Yes.
frightened, my adrenaline still spikes.
Yes.
So
Probably
what's
not at the same level. Probably not.
It's
at
not the same level. That's the
okay,
difference.
but that's the amount
and
of
it's
adrenaline.
and the other thing is you're not pure anymore. They mostly do it with pure kids.
Yeah.
Kids
You're
who
a dirty
have been
Is
you
this
know,
why the
multiple
virgin
times.
the virgin is so powerful?
This is why the virgin is so powerful.
So then can we link this to the Virgin Mother Mary? There's got to be some relation since it's only boys on one side. There's only
Holy
boys
fuck.
on one side. What's about the girls?
Buddy, what
No,
kind
the
of
girls
connections
too.
are you
The
guys
girls
trying to
too.
make?
It's not about gender. It's
Joseph
about
said we're
age.
getting on
It's
the
about
other side
age.
of the fence. You see, as Pope likes to say, no, I want to be on this side. No, I want to be in the middle. Joseph's like, I'd like to go to the ballpark and kind of go like outfield today.
I said disclaimer. I said, can I get controversial? Did I not? Okay.
All right, I think we got one more.
I just brought that. I
clip
just brought that
together.
up because of what Miggy said. Like why is the media not covering it? And one of the big reasons, hypothesis that I have, right, is it's a huge ring where all of these people collectively benefit off of it being, a quiet system that runs throughout the world. Even though it's a huge industry, it's bigger than the fucking drug industry. You guys don't understand, bro. Like when I was telling you guys that like they traffic kids through the border. Like there's like a video I saw the other day where like this border patrol in Mexico found a truck, and in the truck there was like piles and piles of bodies of kids. And she was shocked. Like she was puking. She was like, it's kind of like that cop after he shot that guy. She was like paralyzed. She called the police and they showed up, and then like it was just bodies and bodies of kids. But yeah, it's a huge industry, and then they cover each other's asses.
Wow.
Well, hey, if you want to test it, bro, just put the clip up and we'll see what they say, man. That's how you know, right?
Joseph, spit some
They
facts.
if they get pissed, then you're definitely onto something, bro.
Yeah.
100%.
Joe's gonna be on a roll getting us fucking taken down.
But yeah, let's just move on. I mean, all I really have left here is her response to the second legal threat. Because I mean, she goes through a lot of examples, but let's just wrap this up and hear what she has to say to them after them threatening her the second time.
I think you put up a good question there, Miggy, though, with how does the media like not cover that? Because it's like it kind of relates to the trucker convoy, right?
Yep.
So with the trucker convoy, it's like within Canada, it was too close to home for any of these outlets to like lie about because everybody kind of knew why people are there.
Yeah.
But the media, across the the ocean, like in Europe and stuff, they were just putting it on the mainstream as like Nazism and far right extremism, right? While everybody here knew what they were really fighting for, which was their rights. And I feel like this is one way, like, where these controlled medias by the same companies, by the same people, stay in power. Because if, let's say, the whole world and all the news outlets were pointing out the fact that these guys are a bunch of pedophiles and doing a bunch of shady shit behind the scene, then they'll quickly come to an end. But if they show that these people are reacting and they're, going out and protesting some BS that the government did, and the country's erupted, but then across the world they're saying, oh, these guys are just protesting the government, that this party, this, that, then nobody's gonna budge. And that's how they keep everybody in a sort of like control level, which is you have to ask, like, how do they stay in power? Well, that's exactly how.
Yeah, and you see, like, they have a huge problem when it comes to, like, trannies' rights when Trump says there's only a male and a female, and you can't have, like, a male tranny going to a fucking female change room. Like, that's a huge thing. But then you got kids being fucking sexually assaulted, and it's like, oh, no, that's not a big story. We're going to skip over that story, So it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what are they prioritizing?
Yeah, what's most important in the moment to suffice the people?
Yeah.
Yo, personally, I think that the whole transgender, gay, all this thing movement, because it's been on for generations, like gays, transgender, like it's been happening for years and it's been condemned throughout history. But I feel like recently the way they've been moving towards making it allowed in society is because I feel like they want to like use that as a bridge to then do what they're doing now, which is like, oh, like pedophiles is not a crime, it's a disease.
Yeah, or they were born that way. They were born that way.
Minor attracted people are people too. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they're doing like this whole movement of like let's accept transgenders and gay people, just so then later, like a couple years later down the line, they can transition to like, oh, but we should also accept pedophiles because they're just like not right in the head. It's a disease, or like like it. I feel like like the whole movement is a bridge because they could have done a year like 100 years ago, bro. That shit existed 100 years ago. Why is it the last 20 years that they've been pushing it so hard?
Well, 100 years ago, everybody was strapped up. Yeah, and everybody was the community was so close. Everybody was actually like unified. Like and nobody would be able to walk around your kids naked like at a parade.
Oh, I also think
never happened. But now everything is so mainstream, and being able to push propaganda and these beliefs, and like, and this is the thing. It's like when it comes to pushing like certain type of agenda, it's kind of, and this is controversial, like a little bit controversial, but it's also, I think it's true. When they start pushing these things out, they first hit the women because they're more emotional. So they'll like try to relate and show empathy to these people more than the men, because they're just more logical. Like, no, we're not doing that. These people are like fucked up in the head. While the women will see when they twist these words, they'll show more empathy to them, and then and now you're disrupting the men and the women in the household debating on these topics, and now the men are jumping on the track as well with them, because obviously the wife is saying something, and now they're coming to an agreement because I'm not going to break my marriage over this. And so that's how things get pushed.
All right, let's play this clip, Joe.
You got it, dude. We're acknowledging it publicly. We will keep all of our YouTube files. We will keep all the video files. We'll keep our text messages, our logs, our tweets. Okay? Our tweets, so you can show that I meant what I said, then you can explain why it is that you can't just answer the questions. Again, this is just an intimidation tactic. They obviously have not answered any of our questions to put an end to this, which completely removes them from this claim that they're being so mentally anguished, but they can't just simply assert the truth, dancing around things that nobody cares about. Nobody cares. She called Emmanuel Macron a psycho. That is just, that hurts. But he didn't care, obviously, when the Algerian press referred to him as a homosexual psychopath. They weren't sued. It's coming after Candace. No, a lot of people have asserted that Emmanuel Macron is a psychopath and have not been sued. But he wants us to know he's really serious. He's coming to Tennessee. I think, do it. Stop wasting your time with these letters. Go, file the lawsuit, okay? The entire world wants to know the answer to the question. And I believe I already know the answer to the question. Like I said, we are peeling back the layers of this onion very slowly, helping people to understand who is in your circle, how we were able to pull this off, how you were able to gaslight the entire world, which you're doing right now, okay? Because this is what you do. We're going to reveal your legal strategy of not addressing the elephant in the room as you complain about things around it. Oh gosh, well, she said psycho. She said, oh, he's a psycho. How could she say that? He's so hurt. He's anguished. You're pathetic, Emmanuel. Okay, you're absolutely pathetic. This letter is pathetic.
Shots
so when you
fired.
send me back a letter and then quote me saying that it's pathetic, just know I'm going to stand by that too. Okay?
Damn.
I believe in Satanism. I don't think it's a figment of anybody's imagination, first and foremost. So good luck with that in American court, especially in the South, where people still have faith, you know? And good luck trying to prove that you're not a psycho when tons of people have reported in the press that you are psychopathic.
You see how they changed the screen there? Anybody catch that?
No.
No.
What's in the background?
Oh, the cross?
Yeah. Right when she makes her point, they switch screens to show the cross because the cross wasn't in the background before. Anyways,
nah, her face right now. In this
we did it dirty. We did it dirty. Keep it going.
I did it dirty. Yeah, hold on.
Saw that during COVID. Tons of people wrote about that, about your mental condition, and you will never, ever get me to
pause it again. Pause it again. Hold on. The picture on the left looks like a priest. This is so staged. This is staged, bro. I don't know. I don't want to call her Candice Owens, but
she's religious. Though. She religious.
No, she's like the term conservative, bro. She's like believes in the household. She believes in the religion. Like she's very.
Well, maybe Candace Owens got to invite all of ATBT to her house. That's just what it is.
I'm down.
All right, roll the clip.
I give her the pickle dog. You know.
No one was asking that question. Hey, no one was asking. Shit.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
Invite rescinded right there, Joe.
My controversial. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's okay. We get the point of what she was saying.
Listen.